War paints, also called skins by every other game in existence. Some are good, some are bad, but which ones are the worst? Stay tuned to find out. Alright, let's go over what makes a war paint good and what makes one bad. Usually if a war paint is ugly, it's because the pattern is really busy, or maybe the colors don't work very well. Whatever the problem is, rest assured that justice will be served in the form of a bunch of mean comments from a YouTube channel nobody watches. Let's just jump into it.
Number 12.
Coming in at number 12 is Croc Dusted. At first glance it might not seem that bad, but I really don't like how tiny the crocodiles are. When looking at a weapon with this design at a distance, the pattern just gets lost. The crocs are too small, not to mention they're just so detailed you can't really appreciate them. If you're not looking really hard, the whole pattern looks like it's being stretched out super thin, and the colors are not very appealing. I am not a fan of this green and baby blue. And what is this cinder block texture? I think it's supposed to be sand on a beach because it has maybe one of these 4-micron wide seashells, but they're so spread out, you have to wonder what the point of putting them here even was. And the beach doesn't even make sense for this design. I don't know what beach the creator of this war paint is hanging out in that has crocodiles.
Well, Mr. Funny Man, is this how you get your sick kicks?
What? It's just an ordinary crabby... Oh my goodness! Squidward!
What would have been a pretty nice war paint is completely ruined by these positively rancid splotches of barnacles.
In order to be able to reach their partners, these animals have developed the largest penises in the world in relation to body size.
It's hard to see a Jolly Roger skull and think it looks cool when it's right next to a gigantic clump of one of the worst nautical life forms on this planet. Barnacles are going in the F tier in the crustaceans tier list. I understand that barnacles are common on ships, but this war paint gains absolutely nothing from the inclusion of these disgusting creatures. This is the most tragic one on this list. I honestly cannot fathom what the designer was thinking when he made a perfectly fine pirate-themed war paint and was like, something's missing. Oh, I know. Let me put these enormous eyesores all over the wooden part. That'll look so cool. Get this garbage war paint off my screen. Alright, you might be thinking, Carpet Bomber? The Carpet Bomber's a great war paint. Oh, but we're not talking about the Carpet Bomber. We're talking about Carpet Bomber Mark II. It's a sticky bomb themed design that can be applied to other weapons besides the sticky bomb launcher. This once great design really just gets muddled when put on other weapons, which is a big shame because I think on the sticky bomb launcher it actually looks pretty good. It just doesn't make sense to put this on something other than the sticky launcher. It's like painting a basketball to look like a baseball. It's just strange.
I am the Bax Ghost!
Some war paints try to make the original design of a weapon seem even more fierce and dangerous, as if to even gaze on an item so intimidating, it would make even the most seasoned veterans poop their pumpkin pants.
Poop in your pumpkin pants!
And then there's things like the cardboard boxed war paint. This one made the list just by how lame this concept is. Who in their right mind thinks that guns made of cardboard would be cool?
Yo, mom!
Cardboard is like the weakest material on Earth. Seeing what should be a powerful tool of war made to look like it'll disintegrate in the rain is not a good look. I will be real with you, Chief. Maybe if you're rocking the soldier robot set, it might fit, but other than that, I think if I ever get killed by a weapon with this war paint, I'm uninstalling the game. What, you want me to appreciate the fact that in execution, the war paint is technically perfect?
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
NF number 8 is
Sweet Toothed.
Pick that up and pay for it.
First of all, candy corn sucks, and I'm tired of pretending that it doesn't. If candy corn is so good, why is it only sold 1 month out of the year? Go eat a piece of candy corn and then eat a Starburst and tell me that candy corn is worth it. Anyway, this war paint is just insane. It's insane! Look at it! Do we really need these like candy corn zebra stripes? This looks like a furry OC. Too many colors, too many patterns, candy corn is gross. This is just a worse version of candy coated. And with candy coated, you can see how this concept could work if it wasn't so unbelievably noisy.
Pick that up and pay for it.
Sticking with the food-related war paints, we got banana peeled. The colors are just so bright. Why are they so bright? The part that's supposed to look like the actual flesh of the banana looks kind of weird to me, but that's honestly not my biggest issue with this war paint. My biggest issue is just how relentless this yellow is on my eyes. I actually think the more battle-scarred it is, the better it looks. I like how it looks bruised, and it adds a lot of texture that breaks up the piercing laser beam that is this yellow. It's also kind of similar to the cardboard boxed war paint, where I just think it's kind of a lame theme for a dangerous weapon. I know TF2 was all wacky, wavy, inflatable arm flailing tube man or whatever, but this is just stupid to me. Hey, you guys like stripes? How about the ugliest stripes you've ever seen? Hot take alert. Red and green is an ugly color scheme. This value of red and green at least. These stripes make me want to kill bind IRL. And that's kind of all I have to say about this one.
Number 5, syringe needle sandwich.
Next we got Bonzo Nod. Bonzo Nod transcends all human comprehension. I can't even tell what this is supposed to be. Why are there glow-in-the-dark spider eggs hatched in the crevices of my choppa? Look at how gross this looks. It's like the ugly stripes of the Winterland wrapped skin, but horrific beyond words. I can't get over this war paint. It looks worse the more you stare at it. It's like a Lovecraftian monster. It just drives you insane when observed by beings from single-digit dimensions. Oh, awesome. That eye-bleeding yellow from the stupid banana skin is back. Except this time, the bonk varnished war paint looks horrible the more battle-scarred it is. It also has the same problem as the Carpet Bomber Mark II, in that it makes zero sense to put it on a non-scout weapon. And these little bubbles are reminding me a little bit of the swashbuckled barnacles. This one really does combine all the issues from the previous war paints into a truly abominable amalgamation. The blue variant looks a little bit better, but it's still a flashbang every time I see it. Shot to Hell. Shot to Hell's a great war paint. It's this fire brimstone aesthetic, and the small orange highlights are a good addition. I'm not even really sure why this is on the list. I think this looks cool, and wait, what are you doing? Why are you going down there? Wait, just wait a second. Wait a second, what are you doing?
No, it's too much!
How in the actual Thanos car is this even the same war paint? They look completely different. Not only do they look different, the scattergun version looks terrible. It's actually so ugly. It would be funny if it wasn't so sad. I pity this war paint. I started a change.org campaign to fix the Shot to Hell scattergun. It's that dire. I went on Shark Tank to ask Mr. Wonderful, who's a huge TF2 fan, to give me $30,000 so I can fly to Otsego, Minnesota, break into Valve headquarters and rescue Robin Walker, who's been held captive miles underneath the building since 2012, so together we can assemble a team to track down and execute this war paint and put it out of its misery. They were all out about halfway through my pitch.
Number 2.
Metallized Soul is number 2. This one is just really funny to me. It's so bad. Imagine paying money to unbox a bunch of cases and finally getting a commando grade war paint, and it's this Lego Nexonite core garbage. This looks like it's from a completely different video game. It's just, the texture doesn't even fit the models at all. None of them. How did this make it into the game? Before we get to number 1, let's go through some honorable mentions. There's a lot, so buckle up. Sax Waxed has the worst name out of all of the war paints. I just think this like denim texture looks really weird on just about every weapon. Totally Boned looks like dog treat packaging. The Hickory Hole Puncher has this target design in the most bizarre places they could be. American Pastoral. This is just the normal rocket launcher, but it has this weird wood chip thing going on. It doesn't look good. The Antique Annihilator. This green color is just so strange to me. I don't know why anyone would want this. The Uranium War paint has a similar issue to the Metallized Soul, but I think the green and black looks sorta cool, so whatever. Smith's Sweater. This is the war paint that everyone gets during Christmas time, and I can't think of a worse gift to give the Team Fortress 2 player base. It makes me depressed whenever I see someone using this war paint, because you know it's the only one they've got. This is literally the gibbous of war paints. Nutcracker. What are either of these textures? One is like hair? That's nasty. The other looks like snakeskin, which might look cool if it wasn't for the hair texture right next to it. Gordy Green. I have this war paint, and I hate it. I never unbox cases, so I was fuming when I got this one. It doesn't look that bad on some weapons, but it is easily the worst one from its respective case. And it's the only one that I have. Earth, Sky, and Fire. More like Earth, Die in a Fire. What am I even looking at here? Bamboo brushed. I sorta get what this one is going for. I just think its execution is pretty shoddy. Bankrolled. I get why this one was made, but it's just too busy. Here we have the worst war paint in TF2. Are you ready to know which one? Okay, remember Swashbuckled and how a perfectly fine design was ruined by these disgusting petri dish experiments? Well, take the stomach-churning detail of that war paint and turn it into the entire design. Tumor Toasted is easily the worst war paint in TF2. It's not even close. And I know that it's like the bread tumors from Expiration Date, haha, teleported bread, haha. Remember when this was the pilot for an Adult Swim TF2 series? Remember when Valve cared about TF2? Remember when video games were made with love instead of malice? Anyway, the Tumor Toasted war paint sucks unequivocally. It doesn't remind me of Expiration Date, it reminds me of Shrek.